I knew he grew up in Vinton, Iowa, and he would go stay on his uncle's farm and work hay bales and feed animals and herd things, and kind of got his feel for cowboy roots by working on the farm. He enlisted in the Army pretty quick after high school. You know, in the 40s was the thing to do. So he became one of the greatest generation, you know. He went in as an engineer. Like when the beach was secured, then they would go in and set up phone lines and you know, set up communications so they could establish a base at the beachhead. They were stationed in Europe, in England, and then they would all be put on the boats and then send out to sea. Every day they would practice the invasion. They would go out about halfway across the channel and turn around. They did that for about a week, and then one day they just kept going. And that was the day they headed towards the beach. When they finally landed on the beach, they weren't in the first wave, they were deeper in. So they charged off the boat, the landing boats, like everybody else did. And at that time, when they hit the beach, his friend was killed right next to him.
We knew what we were trained to do, and that's what we did when we got there. The next guy off the boat in front of me got caught an 88 shell, killed him right there, but we couldn't stop and commiserate because we'd have gotten the same treatment. So we just had to keep pushing, pushing, pushing. I was 19 at the time, and when you're 19, you're bulletproof. And fortunately, it held true for me. Didn't get a scratch all the time I was there.
And then he pursued a career back with the paper and became editor of different papers. And then he came to Central Oregon.
I moved to Central Oregon in the late 80s with my new wife, Carol. And then I got a job teaching journalism at COCC. Had that for 8 years. At the same time, I was working at KICU Radio in Bend. Had a Sunday morning program called Focus on Central Oregon. And then was working for the Oregonian as a Central Oregon correspondent. So I've been in newspaper business for most of my adult life. But I liked it all. Been living here for almost 32 years now. I love it right here in Central Oregon. When I got involved in journalism, I think that turned my life around because I had something else to concentrate on other than my well-being or the well-being of the nation. I was doing my job and loving it every day. And it just turned my life around. I could look at it from a wholly different point of view, and it helped.
He's definitely made his mark, that he's like, through everything he's done, he's inspired people, he's been memorable to people, and if people can think of you in a good way, in a good light, with good thoughts, I think you're a success.
We heard the other day that in La Pine there are only 8 World War II veterans still around in La Pine. So we are dwindling too. Of course, we're getting older. So you kind of cherish the last days because you never know when it's going to end.